So hello and welcome back to the Sept of the Hearthspire in Duluth, Minnesota, where Charlotte has had enough time to think and enough time to consider and enough time to get really annoyed with some of the situations that she's in. And more importantly, enough time for Dean to properly clean up after himself. And for the resident of the room that was so much in question early that morning to have a chance to settle back in, make sure nothing has been knocked over or destroyed, start maybe getting comfortable, and maybe even start thinking some terrible, devious thoughts. But that is about time that Charlotte will come back around, letting herself into the overall cabin situation, the hallway, and walking down, taking a second at the door to just kind of pull herself together and finally lifting a hand and wrapping her knuckles on the door.
It'll take a bit, like a hot second, you know? You'll hear some like clanging, and as if someone is probably resetting a few things, and the door will slowly open. And you see the red hair and the kind of loose clothes that she wears, and you're able to stare at you, frowning as you open the door. You can tell she was probably expecting somebody else.
Hey, sorry, I was just hoping. Can I have a minute of your time?
She just nod.
Does the door open any wider, or is it still like that sus ass crack at the door?
Oh, that sus ass crack. It's so fucking sus. Like, I mean, Charlotte's not blind. She's been in a few situations. You can even hear probably the tense, you know, the way you kind of ready your feet down, that type of thing.
For what it's worth, yeah, Charlotte is standing as casually as she ever stands. This is not a position she can leap into a fight from, even remotely. Oh, okay. Um, Truth be told, Nuri, I just wanted to apologize.
Apologize.
Hmm?
I see. She opens the door a bit more, but she keeps kind of like to the flank of it, essentially.
Yeah.
But once she sees that there's nobody else there, she kind of does relax a slight bit.
Nope, it's just Charlotte standing by her dopey self. Look, this morning I was an ass. And I failed entirely to stay impartial, to actually check out the situation. And that's on me.
It's not like you're a Philodux or anything.
I know, right? There's kind of like that, the glance flicks down, like, yeah, you right. No, it was, once I had a chance to step away and think about it, pretty fucking shameful. So, earnestly, I apologize. I completely fucked that up. I didn't check out the situation. I didn't assess anything before I opened my mouth. And in the end, you were the person who was hurt by it. You were the person who's inconvenienced by it. So if there's something I can do to make it up to you at some point, let me know.
To kind of walk in, you know what I mean, into her room. You kind of get the impression as if you're going to follow now, that type of thing.
Is the door open enough to indicate that, like, yeah, you could come in?
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, she will take the cue. She'll ease in.
You can see there's various items there. Like, there's this long map of what looks like to be area, and no, it's Thessalonica. There's a lot of kind of like this rich, really rich smell of figs, like really rich.
Yeah, now that the place doesn't
You're almost
smell like vomit anymore.
nope. A lot of incense. Again, it's very open. You get the impression you've just stepped into kind of a large tent that's kind of staring out into the trees almost, you know?
Has she actually like draped things on the wall to give that impression even more?
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yep. Long dyed for like cloths and stuff like that as well. You know, everything is very rich. Like there's even bits of plants hanging around and everything.
Yeah. She'll step in, that polite distance unless she's like indicated a place to sit or stand or something like that. So it's that token like couple steps in and yeah, takes a good look around. Wow.
She looks over her shoulder. Hmm. I didn't think a glassworker would appreciate the things of the wild.
I don't imagine for a second that I do as much as you, but you still like as she's saying this, she's looking around, like taking in the various, there are certain like tricks and ways to make a place seem different than it is. And she's obviously taking in the places where she's draped fabric so that it really does look like, the side of a tent. It kind of softens the edge, like there's no crease between the ceiling and the wall because there's fabric draped there. So she's looking around and it's like, not nearly as much as you guys do. I know that much, but you've still made the inside look like the outside. And that's something.
She gives you the most skeptical look. You know what I mean? And she sits down very softly on the kind of, the kind of several cushions on the ground. She kind of sits in that kind of like cross-legged position.
No, besides, she even like looks over to some of the plants that are, tucked just so they drape this way or do this or that, and is like, yeah. I mean, I couldn't do that if I wanted to. My mom teases me and says I have a black thumb.
I see. When did you realize you had made the mistake?
Um, about time I took a really good look in here and actually bothered to pay any attention to my surroundings.
Hmm.
But I was still pretty heated, and Brad still had a huge crack in his face. So I figured I'd take a
Hmm.
minute, and Dean was still rolling around on the floor in here, so you'd want a minute.
Someone placed him in here.
Probably.
Why would I let a Fianna in my home?
So,
Especially one I don't know. Especially one I don't know.
not gonna lie, I was kind of entertaining the idea for a hot minute that he, like, apparently after he was brought in, he wandered in to the Cubs room. So I was wondering if he just randomly wandered into the wrong door.
Hmm.
It's not like he had the situational
Then again,
awareness
it
to
would
pay
be.
the attention.
Then again, it would be typical of those. They would be kings if they wouldn't stop indulging themselves.
Sorry, say it again?
They would be kings if they wouldn't stop indulging themselves.
Is that the way she's ever heard that phrased before? Like, that seems like
Nope.
yeah. There's kind of a thoughtful squint she'll finally kind of glance over. What you mean?
The Fianna have the potential to expand. After all, they drove out the Geta Fenris from their homelands. They have the potential to take on a nation if they really want to do, but they don't. They just sit there and lament about the times that gone past, festering, drinking their stale liquids, hoping that someone will remember the past glory, but no one will ever take the initiative for it.
Say I don't know if I agree, but then again, I know all of, I mean, personally, know all of maybe two, three Fianna, so I imagine you've seen a lot more than I have.
Hmm. I know the histories too.
I admit, I know the pinpoints, the basic, the years, the names, but neither. Well, actually, no, neither of our den parents is really a Galliard, so it wasn't that enthralling. You know, it was like history class.
Shouldn't you take the initiative to know where things have come from to understand the crime? If well,
I understand the facts of what took place. I guess it's not the same as understanding all of the motivations and every detail of it, but then again, a lot of that's been lost unless you're a Galliard. And I'll give both Lena and Junkyard a lot of credit. They put in a lot of work, they did a good job, but they're still neither one a Galliard. And you guys pass it on stronger than anyone else does. I imagine you know details about every story they told us that they either don't remember or never learned.
I see. You don't wish to learn it for yourself.
It's not that I don't wish to learn it, actually. It's just, I admit I've been kind of blindsided since making Cleith. There's a lot more to being a Philodox than I realized at first. I thought it was kind of cut and dry, but it's not, even remotely, and it's just been one thing after another. I know it's not much of an excuse, but it really has just kind of been one thing after another after another.
Your rune. He's yours, isn't he?
Yeah,
He seems to have an opinion of us.
I haven't managed to get to the meat of that yet, but at least, at the very least, it is as is Beta. I do apologize for his behavior, and I will be curbing it in the future.
She'll hold. She'll hold up a hand. He seems to have an opinion that us bully and break down. I think he refers to the training the cub Cora wanted.
You're not wrong.
He seemed to infer that the Fianna boy was about to receive a similar punishment.
As much credit as I give Brad, he's still a hot-headed Arun, and he gets an idea in his head, and there's only so much shaking it loose once it's in his teeth.
By insulting my tribe.
I don't think this is something he necessarily attributes to your tribe. He's wrong to attribute it even
By
to your pack, but
by pushing his agenda towards the forefront. By spitting in the face of tradition, and the tradition passed down by my father, my mother, she wouldn't say father, fuck. My mother, my grandmother, and those who came before.
I can't even say for sure how much of it is ignorance, but no, he's been informed since that Cora asked for the training she got, and that she did not
It
appreciate
was
him interrupting it.
it was harsh training.
It
Yes,
was.
I'm not going to deny that. But then again, the nation is not a kind thing.
No, it's not. And while I would never have chosen it for myself before, I'm not completely ignorant to high intensity training. It's a form of motivation. I've seen
Precisely.
similar tactics.
The cub has also performed admirably on many of the raids that she was assisted on after the training.
It's just kind of a nod, like, good, honestly.
So, if he wants to wave his metaphorical penis around like it's his thing, that is twice now. And now even instigated a fight. My alpha does not take kindly to challenges.
Nor should she.
And now I have you coming at my door.
You do?
When he is not here himself.
He and I will be having a number of talks about it and about controlling his temper
Does
and his
does he
inflated
know
opinion.
you does he know you came here?
He does.
Did he request that you come here?
No?
I see. I see.
No, he has twice now waved his metaphorical penis and twice now gotten slapped in it. You'd think he'd learn.
Just men never learn.
He just kind
They
of
always
rubs
seek
her
to push
face.
they always seek to push their own ends. Whether peace or their notion of what you should do. She shrugs. This if it like ain't no thing. But you just stand up again, stretching her body out. I've heard things about you.
Things.
Tales here and there.
I believe it. Good or bad.
Of late, good.
There's kind of that
Seem to
little kind of shrug of like, well, that's good at least, kind of thing.
You seem to have made friends in high spaces. And you seem to be taking your own initiative, which is encouraging to see. Even for one of Cockroach's brood. And you can tell she is trying to be as nice as she can saying that. Because she could have said something very nasty.
Oh, she could have.
But you can tell it's very control. It's very controlled the way she says that.
And she gives that earnest little nod of thanks. Like she doesn't push it. She's not gonna overly highlight it. But it's just that little nod, that little thank you nod. I'm trying. For the most part, it's working.
You are Philodox, yes? Philodox, yes. Nod to
Yeah.
herself. Should turn around. And in a pack with the one known as Juno Trimbenson.
Yep.
Good. Perhaps you can answer a query that, fortunately, my pack and I have to know.
If it is something I can tell you, then I will.
The requires that we investigate certain matters and, if necessary, be the arbiters between men and women in terms of conflict. For example,
All right.
my alpha now is curious of Brad's intention with our pack. Our totem demands we understand that. And for the case of Juno Trimbenson, the nature of her dealings with the one known as Marcel.
Well, on the first, I don't really have a hard line into his head, but as best I can tell, it's a matter of just a nasty first impression. I don't know why it's hit him so hard. He's seen some shit. He is only a Cleith, but still a Cleith, and he grew up among Get Fenris, so I know he's seen harsh things. So I can't.
Perhaps that's why he's a child of Gaia, not a warrior of Fenrir.
She just kind of shrugs.
But in the case of my alpha, I can tell her that a Philodox is handling the matter.
I'd appreciate it.
So I say that bit again? You kind of cut out for me.
Oh, I'd appreciate it. Like earnestly
Juno.
said.
That will satisfy our totem and its needs. Marcel and Juno is best left as she goes actually walks to the door, opens it very casually, and standing there in the doorway is that thing.
The eyebrows kind of pop up a little bit like, oh! She doesn't, to her credit, she doesn't like fucking jump, but there's an appreciative response of like, oh, look, it's a giant woman. Huh.
She steps in as Neri kind of just stands and, and leans up against the wall very casually. The big Gorgon's maw, boom, boom, in.
And, considering what she's seen / heard, she will at least very initially as she's coming in will tip the chin. But likely as she gets further in will go so far as to take a knee.
And she walks up and very professional to the side of her neck with her in one of her index fingers and just nod.
Uriah? And we'll go to kind of like ease up, kind of doing that half glance you do to the side to see if there's an immediate motion that's going to be a staying one.
Oh yeah, she kind of sits down in front of you, like directly in front of you.
Oh. Well, then she'll just fold the rest of the way down into a sit.
And she'll way up as Neri closes the door ever so casually.
Ever so casually. Man, how nice it is to be in Fury territory with 2 Furies that you can see.
Yes. That you can see. But yes. Gorgon's Maw will just look directly in the face. Marcel is... Well, I don't think I need to explain him. However, we need to understand the situation as best as we can, and if necessary, act as an intervention or arbitrary force between the conflict.
Are you aware of how broad the conflict is, Raya?
Yes, I understand his alpha is a spider with many webs in many areas. Very fitting for your kind.
There's just kind of the lips draw into a line like, yep, that's us.
Yay!
I love being compared to him. It makes me so happy. Yeah, she's not exactly rolling subterfuge for it. It's just kind of like, this is uncomfortable. So, in that case, you're aware that while the conflict between Marcel and Juno, I imagine, is the greater one personally to Marcel, that she is not his only victim.
I see. Yes, I was aware of that. However, this was the most talked case.
Sorry, the most what?
Talked about
Sorry.
case.
I imagine it is. And Torna, remind me, please, how much of the Sept knows how much, if you would be wonderful. and
They
help
would
me.
know. They would know that Marcel and Juno have a strained history. Essentially, because Juno was Marcel's wife.
Yeah.
The most common gossip is that Marcel was aggressive, but no way abusive. If you get me, because he's in a rune, and it was a horrific circumstance. They don't know the exact details of why, what happened that day with the Juno freakout, but they're hearing more and more rumors.
I know that I've promised not to tell about the the content of Juno's trauma. Like, I can't tell people about what happens to her. I know that. But
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember if I am vowed against mentioning that they were married at all or anything like that.
Oh no, it's common knowledge they were married. Common knowledge. Because they were married. You know what I mean? They were married.
Yeah, I imagine it was one of those things that was announced and they could find out if they dug far enough anyways.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Just trying to figure out where my imaginary lines are.
Oh, they would know. They would know that they were married. It would be common knowledge because it was done on Sept and everything. You know.
Yeah. Okay. What I can say as far as the situation between Marcel and Juno is that her first change complicated their marriage dramatically, and that Marcel's response to it was unforgivably violent. I wasn't there to bear witness to it, but I've seen the proverbial scars it has left. Not physical, but I've seen what it's done to her. And it's not pretty. And considering that I have had all of one conflict with Marcel, not even conflict. I've been jumped by Marcel on the docks alone. I was beaten, and then he threatened my kinfolk and kicked me again. Broke half my fucking ribs.
Katie? Very important question. What phase of the moon is it?
Oh boy! Let's find out, because I'm pretty sure this is bad.
She spent a willpower, but this could get even worse.
It could get really bad. It's the 2nd of September. If you're counting the day before and after, it is technically a half moon, so it would be diff 6.
Oh, we don't have a thrall. But she spends willpower, not the frenzy. But oh boy, Katie.
The second,
you know what it's like when you see a boat. I'll describe it for you because this woman is like, she's about 6'5", and you know that you're muscle. You know what I mean? So as you're describing it, particularly about like the violent reactions and the psychological trauma, and then like mentioned happened between you and Marcel, there is a silence, but when you look up, like probably as you're chattering, you look up
She's keeping that
and you'll
careful,
see
like, half eye.
you'll see it. It's that flicker, as I mean, if you've ever seen a volcano about to erupt, you know, that kind of early stages where hot magma is literally exploding out of the surface. Like the chair, like the cushions and things you're on, they begin to shake. The ground begins to shake.
Yup. The second that stops, the words just stop. Because
As,
she's not going to keep piling while it's brimming.
Oh, like Neri even kind of like leans forward a bit. You know what I mean? Like concerned because like you just see it. It's the I mean, her hands start to shake, like they just ball into fists.
Yeah, she
There's
just falls silent and gives her a minute to get that under wraps.
I see. Now then, Onrai. Does Juno Trimbenson require aid? Does she wish to be helped?
Honestly, Raya, I think it would depend upon the nature of the help. There is a larger initiative taking place to deal with both Marcel and Carves the Path.
I mean, it's not hard to describe. When you say it depends on the type of aid, the look you get,
Ugh.
it is as if it is you are the most stupidest person she has ever come across in her entire life.
Decidedly violent aid.
This is a raid 6, but this is a rune that's got to raid 6, and she's nearly fucking frenzied. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that, you can tell, like, right now, no rational thought is coming through that brain, just white hot. I'm going to butcher everything! You know what I mean?
I would have to speak to her, Raya.
See that you do.
Of course, Raya.
She may be Fenrir, but no tribe prohibits that behavior. No rank, no system prohibits that behavior so long as I breathe.
I assume she means allows that behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. There's a nod of agreement. In fact, a very firm, like there's no hesitation because she feels much the same.
But I will not violate her any longer than she has been already if I take an aggressive motion. Which is why it is very important that you go to her.
Yes, sir.
She takes this deep, I can't even go that deep, but it's like rumbling. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you've ever heard like the thundering of hooves, you know, it's that thing as Neri comes over and just puts an arm on her, like a hand on her shoulder, and you can hear her whispering towards her. And the Colossus of Gorgo will look at you. Thank you for your visit.
Anytime, Raya? And she'll take that as dismissal and not run. You don't run from massive predators, but will begin very promptly to start kind of unfolding herself up.
Nero would just give you a look and just nod for it again. Well, as she kind of puts the hand off the quaking mat, we'll lead you to the door and we'll say, leans up against it. Thank you for your apology.
Absolutely. It's the least I can do.
I will leave the matter into your hands as your right as a Philodox, but should your rune challenge again,
There's just a nod.
I trust you'll be finding out who tried to place a drunken Fianna in my room if it needs finding out.
I will.
Otherwise, if it's nothing, I'll just take it as the Fianna being a drunken fool. Nothing new.
Another part little nod. Should I... She kind of like half drops the hand towards her pocket. Would you like to have my number so that you can contact me, or those so that I can contact you?
I don't use phones.
Of course. Apologies.
I will be here. You just look hard enough and you'll find me.
Here's a nod.
Just nod. Now I must. Kind of gestures
Yep.
behind her at the quaking mass of rage.
Yep. And Charlotte will give another polite little nod in farewell, and will turn and proceed to summarily fuck right off.
So I imagine Charlotte, like the second the door closes, she goes, "Oh God!" Runs down the fucking building.
She's not necessarily going to run, but man, that is a strong walk. That is a speed walk she's got going on there. She doesn't want to look like a total coward, but huh.
So you're walking, come to the door, and boom, kind of bump into each other.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh shit! What rank is he?
Oh.
Sorry, Raya.
Oh, sorry, yes,
I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Not really.
No, I have not seen you either, but, hello.
Well, hey. Sorry to
Look,
literally bump into you.
Yes, kind of shakes himself a bit.
I've been holding up.
I am fine. It is calmer here, which is most calming.
Suppose it is.
Well, compared to our zone, where you've got literally, things crawling out of the walls, things, if you've ever seen Alien, it's something like that.
I have. Many times.
Except far less Sigourney Weaver with flamethrowers, sadly.
I feel like you could have really gone for some flamethrowers.
Well, that would have burned the forest down.
Doesn't the sheer level of moisture help with that at all?
It's still fire.
Yeah, fair. Jesus. Wow. How long were you in there?
Oh, I've been there since I was a Cleith.
Oh.
I was not born on the set. No, I'm obviously from England originally. But I was sent over there as part of a, initiative. It's a war front after all, and they needed experienced theurges who could do the service. However, so many things.
Yeah, I bet. Am I? She kind of jerks a thumb towards the door. Am I keeping you from anything?
Oh, no, I was merely walking and, yes, and more walking and walking.
Kind of shoots him a little bit of a squint, like, wait.
Wait, don't you like to walk?
I mean, well, yes. You were just walking into a building. So,
Oh, was I?
yeah. I think.
Oh.
I imagine. You were on this side of the door. I was on that side. I mean, that or you were
Right.
pacing a
Well.
porch. Totally possible.
I don't have to remember.
Fair enough. I'm gonna peony him.
You can.
It's because I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, this could be true, but at the same time, what? You're literally just going this way. Oop.
Do
Oh,
it.
that's not the right thing. That's the right thing. These are 2 whole successes.
He genuinely seems confused as all shit.
Aw. I mean, I guess it must not have been that important. Light shrug.
Oh, well, it's good to try and reconnect with things. After all, like, I remember this place when I was a Cleith, and it was.
You were here as a client?
For a while back now. We're talking a very long time. Sent over here, arrived as part of a stop-off point that we were all helping, and then straight to the big old Amazon.
Oh.
Self, the one you call Siege Engine, and Perfectly. We all met up in there, and, well, Perfectly had 2 hands back then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a development.
But we have a plan for that.
No?
Yes.
Tell me it's a robot hand.
We'll give her it may be a possibility.
It's a grin. I'm just saying, that'd
It'll
be
be at
pretty
least
fucking
something.
baller.
It'll be at least something she can still use and keep her as a weapon, so. And she can still shoot.
I mean, that seems to fit all of her usual priorities, so A+.
Yes. Julia is a simple woman that questions a lot of things, but then again, she's Dragobah, so I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, almost like it's her job.
Really? I would have never have guessed.
Just grinning.
Well, I am not sure why you're in the building, but whatever it is, I hope it was going well.
Oh, one could say so, yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. It's always
Right.
nice when buildings go nice.
Yep.
And
When what?
he'll lean when buildings are nice. He'll lean in. Which building is this?
Public housing.
Oh, they've built. Oh, this was not here last time I was here. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Cubs. People who want to spend the night out, I guess, or the night in, technically. People with...
ooh, an initiative. I like that.
Nucleus are staying here. Most of the people who are crashing after parties seem to stay here.
Oh, so it's a halfway house.
She kind of squints thoughtfully for a second. Yeah, I guess. I mean, most people don't stay in here permanently, I don't think. I guess Mary might, but shrugs.
Oh, well, that woman is an odd woman anyway.
No? Kind of
Yes.
flashes him a grin.
She's odd, very forward, very direct, very loud.
I mean, she's Fury.
Yes, exactly.
I guess Perfidy isn't quite as loud, but she's certainly just as direct.
Julia is not as direct as with me, so.
Oh, fair enough. Then again, I suppose she's known you longer.
She has. Nods. She has. After all, when you do a lot of missions together, you know a person.
Yeah, I imagine so. Jeez.
What about you, then? You are now fostering. How is that working out for you?
Handling it about as well as I first handled Kuyith, so I haven't
Laying
totally
around screaming?
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't quite fallen on my face yet.
I see.
But yeah, a lot of flailing, a lot of running around, going, "Why did you set this on fire?" Essentially.
Well, you're in the pack. Well, you're in the pack with Fenrir, so you've got to get used to the fire eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, seems like.
Surprised, I thought you'd go with the people in the city.
I thought I would too.
Nods.
Not gonna lie. I actually
Maybe you
almost
just like fire.
Yeah. I almost moved into the city.
I don't mind the city. It's a weird thing to see, though, after you spend so much time in the jungle.
Yeah, I bet, but the sheer novelty value at that point of having hot water on tap
Oh.
has to be fucking ace.
Sharp. You have no idea my face when I saw a pattern spider again.
Man, must be cool to be able to talk to him, though.
Oh, it's entertaining at least. But then again, the Umbra is pretty damn entertaining.
It seems to be when you have a proper grasp of what's going on.
Yes, well, that's why you get educated. Pats her on the head.
Still never going to be a Theurge, though.
Oh, no. You're just a boring Faladok. Unfortunately, I get all the goodies.
Seems like.
No, you just get to walk around all with the gavel and all that.
Yep. Police everything. We all know how much
Oh,
everyone loves the cops.
Oh, definitely. You're definitely the fun police, I'm afraid.
Yep. It's a lifestyle choice.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. You certainly seem at the top. If that helps.
What? Like the type.
Mm-hmm.
To be the fun police?
You do seem like a fun sponge, yes.
Not a fun sponge.
You have the qualities of one.
I can have fun. I can be fun.
Can you really?
Yes.
Can you really?
Yes. Of course I
know.
can.
It's that tone.
What tone? I'm not a fun sponge.
That stern mom tone.
I mean, if people didn't need a stern mom around so much, I wouldn't have to stern mom tone it all the time.
There you go. And there it is. You are now confirmed.
Oh.
Takes a picture.
But hey!
What?
But can't document my pouty face.
Oh, I have.
That's fucked up.
Oh, I've done more than just take a picture of it.
Frown. Tiny frown. How fast did his thumbs fly after he snapped that picture? Awesome. So how many people have seen it?
So far, looks at his phone, 445.
What? Where did you even put that? Like, trying to lean over and get a look at his phone?
disappears into his leather jacket.
Oh, come on.
No.
Where did you even put that?
Instagram
Oh.
with the caption "The Fun Sponge has arrived."
Aw.
You also had a hat.
What?
I photoshopped a cop hat.
You fucking... Alright, that's not even nice.
I thought it'd be funny.
It's pretty funny, but it's not nice.
I mean, it's fine.
Kind of pulls out her phone. Hops on fucking Instagram and searches the fucking hashtag.
You are the hashtag fun sponge, and it comes out of your face, and the cop hat with the title "Fun Sponge Alert." You know.
Yep. She just makes a little frowny face as the number of views keeps skyrocketing, and she's just like, "Aw."
There's a comment from Perfidy going, "Get good, Fun Sponge."
What? Perfidy's on Instagram?
Julia has always been on Instagram.
There's a squinty face. Checks to see if this thing has actually like tagged her.
Nope. Yes, it has. Yeah, it's tagged her
God
in Siege
damn
Engine.
it. Oh, but wait. I'm snagging all their Instagrams. I don't give a shit. I'm connecting.
There's Carves as well.
Ugh.
It's almost like you can hear him in your head going, "Well, nah."
You know what? You know what? Nah. She's doing it.
You going on the Carves Instagram?
I'm connecting to all of them. I don't give a shit. They're all glasswalkers.
I am glad to see about it, at least.
Yeah. Trying. Admittedly, it'd be cool to be in the city more, but there seems to be only death there, so there's that. My last attempt did not go so well.
Just nods.
I mean, to be fair, she has no idea where Carves
Well-
fucking lives.
He just smiles. Oh, well, it all depends on where you go, really. I am not bothered when I venture into...
I bet you're not.
Oh, well, it's all about how you handle yourself. And carry a big shotgun.
Yeah, well, I failed on the shotgun department, and it was just me and a kinfolk and a spiral, so it went shit.
Now, that sounds like a tale I definitely want to hear.
Oh, there is that moment. You can, like, I know that fucking, god damn it, Runs is standing in front of her, and he can see that brief, like, oh,
Yep.
pooped myself look. That just, like, my ass punch
literally
level
just-
shot over 9,000 expression for half a second.
Now, that sounds like an interesting title of a sex tape, Charlotte Sullivan, if I ever heard one.
What, me, my kinfolk, and a spiral? Yeah. That's definitely backroom material. Rubs her face.
Oh, indeed. Is he just, like, I mean, he just is right behind you. You can smell the cologne.
Oh, boy. And he's still not coming around in front of her either, is he?
No, I mean, Roach is perfectly pleasantly just watching you. I mean, all cheery.
Ah. Haven't seen you in a while either, Raya.
Oh, my dear, it has been too long since I've seen that beautiful hair. Mm.
Hashtag dying inside. That's what's happening right now. Too kind. Kind of flicks a glance back over her shoulder. How entertained does he look right now? Oh, you need
He looks entertained as all. He looks entertained as all shit.
Man, she's good at getting pincered by Pax today.
Well, I just, my dear beta, Elijah, was mentioned here, so I thought I'd slip on by.
In the neighborhood, huh?
Oh, I'm always in the neighborhood, my dear. That's the thing you gotta know about me, is he'll lean over. Elijah's just, lighting a cigarette, and he whispers in your ear, always in the...
I feel like I should roll a thing.
What's
Did
rolling?
not make a comment. Choice comment.
What's you rolling, buddy?
So she has had at least one night of sleep, god damn it, at this point. So I've got all of 2 dice. Hot.
Power buddy. What
I'm gonna resist the urge to make a snappy comment because, man,
Go on.
he rubs her
Do
so
it.
hard the wrong way.
Do it. Don't know what's your difficulty.
I'm gonna put it at standard because she wants to, but she's not stupid. And there's just that moment
And
of
someone going to roll P&E.
I was gonna say you can absolutely P&E her swallowing that comment.
Oh boy. Oh, I saw that, Charlotte. Oh my dear. Spins you around.
So what, Raya?
Oh, I saw that little sassy look you get when you get so mad. Now that is... Ooh. Did someone get your knickers in a twist?
Oh, you know how it is. There's the occasional knicker twisting takes place. Problematic. Really should have shaken him out
Or
by now,
you
you'd
just-
think.
Or are you just getting all hot and bothered because me and Elijah are here?
Well, I am currently surrounded by Glasswalker. This is about the most Glasswalkers I've seen in one place in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all Twitter
Tell me,
fingered.
how is Damon doing?
Couldn't tell you, Raya.
Oh, that's good to hear. At least he's managing. And you are holding up so well.
I do try. There's like a
Well,
brief.
that's good to hear.
Go ahead.
That is good to hear, my dear. After all, we need you in tip-top shape.
No? We doing something?
Well, of course, we're all glasswalkers. We got to keep on top of everything, don't we?
Don't we just?
But Elijah just nod like, oh yes, tip-top, tip-top. Cars will lean in. I hear you been making all sorts of friends.
Well, I like to think of myself as a very friendly person, Raya. Winning little smile.
Oh, I bet and asking all sorts of questions.
Well, gotta know everything to make the right call, don't you, Raya?
Oh, indeed. Indeed. Just give you this. Oh my! For you, Katie, you know that smile. It's the I see you, bitch. I see you, and you know I know you're mad, and you look at me and love it. It's that type of grin.
It's like, you know I know. and look at this smile I've got on. And she's just like, I'm not furious. You're furious. What?
I mean, think about it this way. Charlotte. Zarbrander.
Oh, yeah. She's letting him do whatever. There's no resistance. She's keeping her hand in her pocket with her phone. But other than that.
Think about it this way. This all could have been so much easier for everyone if y'all learned just to get along just once.
All right. Wasn't unwilling to get along.
Oh.
And then
If that's what you tell yourself.
certain actions were taken that swayed my hand pretty hard. Very polarizing
sure.
actions.
I'm sure. And just look at you as well. It's eerie. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Did you take a casual drag of a cigarette? You feel the hand snake up and kind of touch the back of your neck. Not in an aggressive way, just almost if he's playing. Oh, I'm sure it did. But then again, you did always have to poke. But, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you're doing your job. And poking in right areas is important. But however, just the same as you're having your phone in your pocket praying, you can record me. And whoever is listening, I do hope you can hear my voice. You look right into Charlotte's eyes.
That would not be the purpose, right?
Oh, no. Never indeed.
Do you really think I believe I could pull that off even if I wanted to, Raya? In this company?
No. No, but I do like to think you can pull off certain things, but that's fine. I respect a person who's driven as you are. That's exactly like me. Driven.
It's just like that moment, the look, and she kind of like licks her teeth for a second, like, yep. Imagine at this point, Raya, it's become something of a non-issue, hasn't it? Seeing as the person in question is no longer in the situation in question.
Elijah just takes a drag from a cigarette. Oh, well, depends on you, really. Smiles, but I like you.
Well, I'm peony the shit out of that because I'm curious. In fact, I'm going to truth the guy of that because I want to know, and I don't care if they feel it paying off. I hope they do.
Diff 9 for Elijah.
9. God damn it.
Oh, what? You okay.
Oh, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I'm going to roll it, god damn it.
Go ahead, by all means, Diff 9.
I'm going to fucking roll it, you can't stop me. I got a 9!
Which part? Oh,
he says, well, I like
Bing.
you.
Bing.
Which part of it dings? What part of it is untrue? Just the whole statement?
No, the like you bit didn't ping. It was the bit before that.
The fuck did he say?
It's a non-issue.
Yeah, they can feel it go off. I don't care.
Elijah will lean forward.
Shoots a glance aside.
It's oddly eerie because it's not Kara's. Kara's just sitting there smiling. So Elijah suddenly goes from this happy, cheery, you know what I mean? Like kind of dopey, to his face goes unreadable, you know? But then again, I never did like people who like to snoop and do things rather than actually give a basis for their mistrust. But that's
I
fine.
think I was given a very strong basis, Raya.
I see.
I don't think you were here for
You
that,
look.
Raya.
You look up at Carves. At Elijah.
What do you say? Sorry. You keep skipping a little bit.
He'll look at Carves, and Carves will just say, "I told you, Elijah." She's such an endearing little thing.
Trying so hard to keep the fucking strong, like, I'm a big, strong woman. I don't need no man face.
Elijah will just nod. Oh, I see. Well, I believe I'll take my leave.
Just a polite little nod.
You just walk away. Carves just turn and look at you. Oh dear.
Makes you say that, Raya.
Oh, he's all annoyed with himself. Poor little thing.
Why's that?
Oh, he had some faith in you.
And I had some faith in you, Raya.
You lean forward almost too sharply.
Ugh.
You
Every
can
ounce of
have-
her willpower is in repressing the urge to wince.
You can have your little moral justifications all you want. You can have that and whatever you want makes you sleep at night. You can do whatever you need to do. But don't preach to me about faith. Don't even try it, Charlotte Sullivan. Because you're both insulting me and yourself. At least be honest why you don't like me. At least be honest with yourself. Because after all, you look so piteous. Cheek tap and starts to walk off.
Would you like me to say it out loud instead, Raya?
Look over his shoulder. No, because that's just you trying to prove a point. I'd like you to say it to yourself in a mirror and see does it stick well. After all,
Oh, it sticks.
oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does, and you can't stand it.
You're the one who made the move, Raya. Could have just told me to
No.
fuck off.
Oh no. No. You made the move long before I did. But that's fine. After all, I don't see you as an enemy. I see you as a very interesting protege.
Oh! Take rage for that.
He looks and he sees it and he just it's the lip click, you know what I mean? Oh, there you go then.
I suppose I technically have to roll because 4 is technically enough.
Gotta roll Katie butt.
Only 1. It stays pretty low
Really?
simmer. It's just, yeah, she doesn't like that term.
And there it is. Exactly what I needed. He just, does this big theatrical bow. Protege as he's walking away.
Roll power again. Oh, Charlotte White uses Snappy. Oh no. Oh dear. Yep, he does the nod and the sweep. It's his protege again, and she just finally like snaps a glance around. She's gone between various levels of tense, various levels of uncomfortable, but right now, nah. That fucking righteous fury is so good. It's so good that she turns and says, with all due respect, fuck off, Raya.
Turn very casually. So casually, it's almost eerie. And he rolls something.
Oh, I bet he does.
Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You walk back over. Again, doesn't seem angry. We'll lean in. You ever speak to me that again, Charlotte Sullivan? You ever even try to think that you have an impetuous tongue? Let's just say, I won't be so happy again. Let's just say even old Elijah won't be happy again. And let's just say, as Charlotte, that phone seems to almost crack into your skin.
How so?
It's like something's pushing it down almost aggressively.
What do you mean? Like, if
As
it's in
if
her
something
pocket
is
and her hand's, like, wrapped around it in her pocket.
Yeah, it's starting to puncture into your skin.
I will do... I can't afford to blow willpower. So I will just... I will use Stam to see how well she's holding up. That thing's starting to bite into her hand because she's.
Mm-hmm. I'm also. I haven't finished describing what was about to happen either.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. You take 2 levels of active damage as the phone then suddenly goes. Mm-hmm. You feel it literally go, and like the inside of your hand starts to burn.
Oh, let's see how well I soak.
Ag.
Oh, nope, Ag. And I'm in Hamid.
Mm-hmm.
How much Ag? 2?
2. I'll be fair and say 2, because he rolled a lot of success. He could have killed you with that, but he'll go 2. It's designed to intimidate, not to kill.
Okay.
And you only spend 2 rage anyway, so yeah, that it like just literally burns into the side of your like hand.
Yeah, there's no way of brave facing that. Not when the thing fucking like literally blows in her palm. Is there any roll I can make to try to brave face it a little bit? Like, there's going to be a reaction, but
at 2 willpower, that's going to be tough. Like, you're going to have to roll your willpower at difficulty like 8 or 9. Like, that's going to like this is as being like the metal is actually melting onto your hand.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, if it's actually melting, I figured it was exploding, like burning, maybe some piercing, but nah, if it's like molten metal.
It's like molten metal that gives you like a conducive electrical shock, but the metal is so hot that it's white hot. You know what I mean? Like that would be agonizing.
Oh. I need to check my decision-making process. Oh. How close is he leaning? You said he's right in her face, like right next to her ear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how stupid is she right now? I don't think she's that stupid. The thought flashes her fucking mind, but nah, she will. Initially, as it starts heating up, as it starts kind of poking, she tries to brave face it. You can see it in the expression. Like there's that twitch of expression, like ow, 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 and yeah, she stubbornly keeps her hand in there even, and then it blows, and there will be a yelp of pain, and her hand will wrench out of her pocket, and she'll immediately be shaking the remains of her phone off her hand. And there's, I'll give it to you this way: there is that half second, again, that furious look. Because I'm pretty sure she technically takes rage, so at the very least, yeah. There will be that half second of like just fury filled glare as she flicks a glance to him, and like it's pretty clear that it runs right across the inside of her eyes. Like she could so easily plant that on his face, on him. It would serve him fucking right. But let's see if she loses her fucking collective mind. She does not, thank God. But no, she settles for shaking it off, trying to like pull a sleeve down over her other hand and wipe the shit off her palm, hissing. Like, yeah, it's... But no, it's just that half second of just violent intent is there, and then completely dissipates as she goes to like trying to get the molten shit off of her hand.
He just does smirks, have fun, as he just seems to walk away.
Oh, she bristles.
And I think with that, if you want to call it there, Katie.
I am making light speed bad decisions. Nope. Okay. Yeah. No, that time, yeah, she has to just kind of suck it up and let him walk. Oh, but she is going to end up marching off furious if the SIM card survived in the least, and she will take the time to check.
It does.
Oh God, then yeah, she's snatching that. She's not leaving that.
You're lucky. It survives.
Oh, hot damn. No, she will snag that out of the mess to make sure he doesn't just get to snag it. But yeah, man, she power marches off, just fuming.
And we will close this in now.